Okay. Hello, beautiful people. Today we want to talk about our most recent visa run. This is my first time in Thailand, and we've been here how long? Like 2 months now? Is that right?
Almost 3 at this point.
Almost 3, yeah. So we did when we flew in. So immediately we got a tourist visa, which gets you 30 days. So after 30 days, we had to go to the immigration consulate office. Yes, and that then we got a stamp, but we each had to pay 1,900 baht. So it was 3,800 for us, and that stamp got us another 30 days.
Cool.
And then, and that 30 days, you can't just go to the consulate and get a stamp. You have to actually leave the country and come back.
If you want to go past 60 days and you want 90 days, yes, you have to actually leave for at least 10 seconds. But a lot of times when you cross the border, depending on which border you cross, for example, Chiang Mai to Myanmar, easy. But when you're in the deep south where we are, all we wanted to do was go from Samui to Malaysia. The lowest island was
Kuala Lumpur?
No. Langkawi.
Langkawi.
Langkawi is
Yeah.
the lowest, almost the lowest island that you can go to. That's just under the Thai border, so you can get that quick stamp.
It counts as Malaysia?
It counts as Malaysia.
Okay, yes.
Then you can
Yeah.
bounce back. The problem is, and we are making this video, this is actually our first real serious video about this.
Yeah.
The problem is, when you are a new tourist, you don't find much information online about this anywhere.
No.
Even when you talk to the Thai people, they kind of give you some of the puzzle to fill in, but not all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought, based on all the information we got, it would be very easy to go from here, Koh Samui, to Longswani.
Langkawi.
Langkawi.
Yeah.
And so that did not happen because that's not how the buses work, and they all leave really early in the day.
You can leave at 5 a.m. or 8 a.m., and those are the only buses that will go from Koh Samui, which is
to Phuket.
to Hat Yai.
Oh, that's right, Hat Yai.
Yeah,
That
so
is
we
the third capital of Thailand, which is in the deep south of Thailand.
Thailand has multiple capitals.
Well, it's the third biggest city.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
that not a lot of people know about. So
but that's
you have
kind
to
of
go
like
there.
whether you're going to go anywhere and exit Thailand. That's kind of like one of those border cities, right? I can't remember exactly, but
Like a large border city.
yeah.
And it connects you to Malaysia in different ways. Kuala Lumpur, other small towns.
Or Penang. We
Or
chose
Penang.
Penang.
We chose to go to Penang based on the advice of a guy with no teeth.
Yeah.
He had no toothless right
When
there.
we got to Hat Yai, we had a very kind
Very
tour
kind.
guide
Very kind.
who had the teeth of a walrus.
Yep, she called him Walrus Face.
Yeah, I did not.
Very terrible.
Nobody did just have to. But he
So,
talked well with them.
And he had good advice.
In good English
Yes.
as well. And he said we should go to Penang in Malaysia.
Yes.
And we thought, okay, well, we could go there. We just have to stay for the day, right? We'll come back the next day, right? This kind of our border one. Simple.
We thought we'd have to spend the night. That was it.
Yeah, but then once we got there, we stayed at the Elephant Hotel. Remember
That's
that?
right.
Yeah, and we walked.
Which was a nightmare.
We walk everywhere because somebody likes to save money all the time.
Lots of money savings.
He's like, if he can save 75 cents, even 25 cents, which is
That's
like 10 baht.
Mhm.
If he can save even 10 baht, like 25 American, 0.25 American dollars, then he's going to save it.
I literally walk almost every day at least 30 minutes just to save 50 or 100 baht.
Yeah, which is like less than $1 anyways. He's always trying to do this. Yes.
No, that's $1 to $3.
Yeah. Okay, so 50
Try to
baht.
save $1 to $3.
$1.25.
Not that bad.
Oh boy!
Okay,
But
so
he
here
will
we go.
walk up to like an hour and a half, or 3 or 4 hours, just to save 50 baht,
Just to save it.
$1.50. And the thing is, it's not like it's even like walking in regular temperature. It's like 90 degrees out, 80% humidity. We're all literally dying and sweating to death. Like I'm just a puddle when we arrive. Yeah.
Barely alive.
Barely
but
alive.
You know what? You know what's
Yeah.
important in that story?
Yeah.
I saved 50 baht.
Oh right. But back to Hat Yai.
Hot Yai. Let's
Hat
talk about
Yai,
it.
dirty, busy. Just well, it's just
Everything.
it's not my
Like
style.
a big city. It's a big
Yeah.
city.
I'm bougie. That was not bougie. And you said you used the bathroom at the hotel that they offered for us to stay overnight in. They
That
said
was a crazy
They said
experience.
you can either stay overnight
Crazy.
in this hotel or you can go on to
Another
Penang.
bus. Yes.
Penang.
They had a whole bunch of buses to choose from.
Yes.
And
If you
wow.
want to leave in 20 minutes,
Mhm.
then you can take the bus to Penang.
We had
If
to
you
leave
want to stay
immediately.
the night, and it was a good price.
Mhm.
And yeah, what do you remember how much that one was? It was like $20 a night
20
US,
bucks a night. about.
US.
Yes.
right? So, well, then we got there and they didn't have hot water, did they?
No, they didn't.
That was.
You get used to that.
Do you like cold
traveling.
showers?
I do now.
Are you getting used to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can handle any kind of prison life now.
Yeah.
I know how to make toilet red wine.
I don't think they had toilet paper there,
No,
which is a
speaking
common
of
thing. So in Malaysia, No toilet paper anywhere. A lot of times there's just like holes in the ground instead of like an actual toilet bowl like you're used to sitting on. Sometimes it's a toilet bowl with a hose, and like it could be like a literal like garden hose, or it might be like a spray hose like you'd find on your sink attachment or something.
And you know what? When you see these holes in the ground, and you know people of all ages are using these holes all the time, that actually tells you right away that a 75-year-old Malaysian or Thai person, they're just much stronger in the knees than any American or European.
That's squatting.
That's squatting all the time. They can probably lift up a small pickup truck at 80 years old.
It probably does keep you in good shape,
That's
exercising those leg muscles. We like to just sit there and relax.
And be lazy. You should be working your quads while you're doing it.
Probably get a whole leg thing. But so we stayed at that boutique hotel.
That's right.
So there were decorations that had previously been glued on the wall that were ripped off.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as clean as we had hoped. Or
Not
really,
as classy as
we've been watching that Gordon Ramsay hotel.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. Let's just say he wouldn't have liked this room. But
little place screams in fear in that room.
Yeah, we were thinking probably bringing sleeping bags and sleeping in top or on those would have probably been better. But again, we have really high standards coming from the U.S. and this is a different country we're in, So
Moving
that
on to the next one.
Yeah,
The Mac Hotel in Penang.
Yes.
For those of you that are going to brave going to Penang Island,
This is a great hotel.
it's a good hotel.
Beautiful.
The Mac Hotel by Palm something.
But no, Mac Hotel Sky Hive. No, Mac
That's right.
Sky Hive Hotel
Mac,
in Georgetown, in the Georgetown area of Penang, which is kind of pretty close to the airport, I think.
and it's real nice, very cheap.
Yeah.
And it was right next to interesting songs that play every few hours. That was interesting.
Yeah.
We don't need to get into
No.
Let's
But
move
there
on.
were songs in every
A lot
couple
of
of
songs
hours
playing.
and
Yeah.
over the loudspeakers.
They're
and-
playing the hits.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so
next.
and things are usually closed between like noon and 2 for like religious observations
That's right.
or whatever. So anyway, so don't expect to get lunch at like noon
No.
or 2.
You want to get something important done, you have to wait till 3 in the afternoon or do it early.
Yeah,
Everything
something like
wrong.
that, early or late. But that's why. But they don't have much of a nightlife there. No.
Well, they had that one dance club, and when I went in there, it was all men.
Yeah.
No
And
disrespect.
no dancing. Yeah, so there wasn't much nightlife. We did find a curry place that sent him on a trip through a whole other universe of indigestion. But the hotel itself is really nice, and we decided, okay, since we're here, let's make the best of it. We're going to check out the island. So I don't know what we really checked out. Oh, we ate at this super cool Chinese buffet place.
That was interesting.
And they were laughing at me because I'm half Chinese and know nothing about Chinese culture or food. And I was having difficulty with the chopsticks as well because I don't really use them.
No.
And
She doesn't know how to do much, but she's a good traveler.
oh my
For you
God.
men out there, you want to travel with a girl that doesn't know that much.
Oh, come on.
Makes things more fun.
So, Penang. So we stayed at that hotel. We did have a couple good pastries, I will say.
Very good. They know how to do
Malaysian,
desserts.
Those pastries. Mm.
Rocking the Casbah.
Oh, and the drugstore had a few more things available than what we found so far in Thailand, just saying.
Drugstores are better.
Yeah, they were kind of better.
Yes, but more expensive.
And also, there's more cars and less scooters. We noticed that too. So,
on an average, Penang Island is repressively hot, pretty
it's very-
tough.
Yes, it's super hot and humid.
It's like being in Samui, but just turn up the heat a touch
a little bit more, which I think actually like fries your brains over time. I couldn't
That's a
even
theory
think.
she has.
Yeah, I think we literally couldn't even think. So, anyways, we stayed at the hotel and we thought
Yes.
we're tired and we want to explore the city a little bit,
Yes.
so we'll take a day and then we'll go to the consulate and get our stamp,
That's
and
right.
then we'll take a bus back.
Easy, right?
We know.
You would
Yeah,
think this would be easy.
one
we-
extra day,
Yeah.
and then go get our stamp, go home.
We're doing this video to tell you new travelers, it's never what you think it's going to be. And that's why we're going through the story and the motions right now.
Oh, okay, so anyways, so we go do our day, and then the following day we go to the consulate, and it's a Friday. And I had previously looked at the hours and said they closed at 4, and of course they're closed from like noon to 2.
We
And so-
walked a very long way in
Because we had to-
100,000 degrees.
we had to save that money. You remember?
Save
We're
that.
gonna save the,
Like that
Oh,
video.
they
Don't save
don't.
that money.
but they don't use baht there. It's a new country. They use ringgit.
Yes,
And
these
ringgit.
rated. Yeah.
Ringgit is equivalent. It's a whole different system.
Yeah, we won't get into
We
that.
had to do our baht to the ringgit
Yeah.
because neither of us had American cash. And then the more times that you exchange your money, the more money you actually lose. So
That's right.
it was no fun. So I had to exchange money because they only take a lot. Actually, here and like here in Thailand and also in Malaysia, they normally only take cash or
Yes.
that QR code that
That's true.
has to do with the bank in that country. So
Yeah.
it's like it has to be that QR code is attached to your bank account, which is either Thai or
The
Malaysian.
best way to go.
Yeah,
Having
or
the credit card is difficult.
very.
You can do it.
But most
You
people won't take it. And they'll charge you more.
From what I experienced, it's much easier to have a MasterCard than a Visa in either Malaysia or Thailand.
Yeah.
You have a MasterCard, you're okay. Visa, it's harder. Just so you know, side note.
Side note. So
Okay.
get the QR code app thing,
Yes.
or have cash.
That's right.
And if you're going to have cash and you have your starting currency, like ours is US dollars, always keep some aside for if you go to another country so that you don't have to exchange money that you've already exchanged. Because the more time you exchange it, like for instance, we went US dollar to Thai baht and then go from Thai baht to ringgit, you're losing money each time. So
True. Stay out of the weeds.
Oh, yeah.
I have an important announcement to make.
Oh, so yeah.
For those of you wanting to leave Thailand and do a quick border run south, that are European, whatever, Australian, Russian, I have a small piece of advice for you that's going to save your life. Before you get on that bus or however you're going to go to Malaysia, you're going to take a lot of napkins with you and put them in your backpack. A lot. It's going to be the most important thing you use while you're in Malaysia. Maybe just fill the whole backpack up with napkins and toilet paper, tissue, bathroom stuff, but mainly white because they don't believe in any of this and they're always using a tube.
And you're going to eat a lot of curry.
You're going to eat a lot of curry. And the bathroom is usually, again, looking horrific like Exorcist movie.
Yeah, you don't want to touch
that. For those
that.
of you that know the Exorcist.
Yeah.
All right, there's ghosts, there's things happening.
Into the weeds. And so we're still in Penang.
Mm-hmm.
We get to the consulate. We end up walking like 2 hours, would you say?
Long
Yeah. It was supposed to be like a 25-minute walk.
We lost weight.
Into 2 hours, as it always does. It was 100 degrees out at least. And like, would you say 80 to 90% humidity?
Probably 95. I just know
So on, you.
I had a tank top and shorts. And when I got to the consulate, what did they say to me?
Oh, he wasn't allowed in. He had to have a shirt, which you did bring a T-shirt that covered your shoulders. But he was wearing shorts, and you have to wear pants to get into the consulate to show respect for the Thai government or something.
That's right. That's right.
I was wearing a dress, and it was covered pretty much. I did think I had to dress fancier for some reason, so I did. Yes. And I'm grateful that I did because I wouldn't have gotten in with shorts or a tank top. You have to have, I think, your shoulders covered, and it has to be like modest and something. I don't know.
Out there, European.
You only have a 1 hour window to get your visa stamp.
And they don't tell you this online or anything anywhere. This is probably the first place you're going to hear this.
And then on the weekends, they're closed. On Saturdays and Sundays, we were there on a Friday afternoon, so closed. Then you have to bring your paper back on Monday. Yes. And then he kept sending me back and forth inside to ask these questions, but I wasn't thinking about how to ask any of these questions. My brain was fried from the heat.
Tell the people again so they know here one more time. Tell them slowly. The hours of operation of the Penang consulate and the only day that you can actually get something done.
Of the Thai consulate in Penang.
Yes.
The hours are like 9 to 4 or something like that. But and they don't tell you this online anywhere, but if you're looking to get your tourist visa re-entry stamp, it's called.
The
re-entry stamp. You have to come between the hours of 9 and 10 a.m.
Yes.
So after that, they won't help you with that. That's the only hours.
The consulate, which is the embassy too, is only open, because this I memorized, is only open from 9 to 10, and then again from 2 to 4. So if you go there after 10 and before 2, you're just gonna stand there outside roasting in the heat, or however you got there.
Yeah, I think most people would and should take a taxi or a tuk-tuk or a bus or something. Do not walk. It's not a good idea. Yeah. And strangely enough, as you get closer to that area,
it feels further
Penang,
it just goes further.
Yes, and nobody knows English, so it's we don't know whatever the Malaysian language is that they speak there.
That's tough too.
So, but actually, a lot of them do know English. But as you get closer to the consulate, it seems like no one knows English. Yeah. Did you get that feeling? It's like,
so there's a lot of subtle obstacles in your life.
We have no cell service.
Wait. You have subtle obstacles that don't seem like that much at the moment, but they stack up quickly.
Yeah, they do.
To make your stay in Penang difficult.
Oh,
that's a stronger word.
Okay. I mean, there's
being
moments,
diplomatic. Being diplomatic.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell them?
It's the weather. It's no one's fault.
We had to stay there, and I can't remember what the reason was.
It ended up being 5 nights.
We had to stay in Penang for a while for a few different reasons.
Yeah.
Oh, well, one of the reasons was I actually wanted to be there.
Oh, that one day. We skipped the day because we were going to go to the beach, but then upon further exploration, realized you can't actually go to the beach, and if you do want to go to a nice beach, you have to pay
$10.
Those beaches you can't swim in.
Yeah.
So
$10 a person to go in the water, and you have to be
10 ringgit or something.
No, it's 10 American dollars to go in that water.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So
and
if you bring no money, they're not letting you in
local.
that water. And number 2, for women, they have to dress like one piece,
fully covered,
everything. Yeah. But then there's those other beaches. You're only allowed to go there and look at it, sweat to death, and walk away.
Yeah, and so we have to trek like 2 miles to the jungle. But anyways, we're getting in the weeds here.
In the weeds.
So we're in Penang. We're in Penang.
Don't go to Penang Island to go to the beaches. you're wasting your time and effort. Just
No.
don't even bother.
No.
Unless you want to stand there with all your clothes on.
So anyway, we're at the consulate. He can't get in. I go in. I realize all he says to me is have to fill out the paperwork, come back on Monday. And so I grab the paperwork, I go back out to Ferrari, and he says, oh, well, how long does it take to process the paperwork? Oh, I don't know. So I go back in and I ask, how long does it take come back on Monday, and then it will be one day. So we have then come back on Tuesday at 2:00. So it's Friday. And I'm like, we're going to have to wait Saturday, Sunday, come back on Monday between the hours of 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. So it's the only time that they handle anything with visa reentry. So get there at 9 a.m. And then you turn in your paperwork on Monday. And then on Tuesday, come back at 2 p.m.
Has
2
to be
p.m.
specifically at 2 p.m.
Yes, be there.
Yes.
And be dressed properly and
Yes.
have a mask.
And most importantly, I forgot what I was going to say. Continue.
Anyway, so you come back in at 2 p.m. So, and the thing is, so I was like, oh, okay. Well, so I go back out and tell him it takes a day to process, but we have to come back on Monday and then again on Tuesday. And then he said, well, what if something goes wrong? We don't fill out the paperwork right. Then
Or wrinkle the pages. You cannot wrinkle the pages.
you
at
can't
all.
fold the pages
None
or
of
wrinkle
that.
them.
They won't take
And
it.
so he says to me, well, can you go in and ask if they'll give you a folder? So I go back in and I ask, can you give me a folder for this, please?
He's
He
not
says,
very friendly. Yeah, they're not friendly.
no, I don't have. Okay.
So it's all these little obstacles again, people, that really irritate you. So I'm going to say something bold and easy, and it's going to save you a lot of time and sweat and effort and money and everything. And that is this: when it's time to do a visa run, and I don't care if you got the tourist 30-day visa, which is really the 60, or the 90-day or the 180-day visa, it doesn't
Okay.
matter. Wait, any one of those three visas, it won't matter. Don't try to renew it on a visa run unless you live in Chiang Mai on a bus. Don't take the bus or the ferry to try to do this. Just fly to Malaysia directly or Penang and fly back out to Thai, anywhere, Phuket, Bangkok, or whatever, because then you can skip all the paperwork.
Well, here's the thing.
You can skip all of that paperwork.
You can bus out to save money. Just fly back in from wherever
Yes.
you're coming from. That's the point.
Yes.
The
That's
point is, if you fly, you don't have to do the paperwork. You don't have to wait 5 days over the weekend and then hope they process it correctly.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, what if I don't do it right? Then you do more, and then also you have to have a bank account. Where's that? We got to show you that paper.
Yeah.
But that paper says you have to have a U.S. bank account with 3 months of statements.
Yes.
Plus, you have to do
Proof of lease of where you're renting.
of where you're renting.
In Thailand.
hmm And then,
2 years valid to go on the passport.
and how many baht was it? Do you remember that we had to pay each?
1900.
Was it 1900 again?
1900 again.
Per person?
No. 1200.
1,200 baht per person. That sounds
Yes,
more like I
12.
remember it being close to 1,000 baht.
That's right. It was a little cheaper, but here's the thing: with all of that, unless you knew ahead of time when you left Thailand, and again, this is for all the new travelers out there. That's what this video is for. If you think you can do a land visa run from Samui or Phuket and you want to go south with vans or ferries, or even if you're in Hua Hin and you want to go south like that and cross south, you are going to run into a world of pain when you realize they want like 5 things on this page that you don't have.
Yeah.
You'll have a few of them, but you're not going to have all 5 of them.
Well, like for us,
You
we
know?
didn't have self-service and
Mhm.
Wi-Fi was a lot harder to get and stuff
You
than
can't
it is in
print things
Thailand.
out.
Yeah, they want printed copies of things. You also
Yeah,
have to have a 2x3 centimeter picture,
Pictures.
just like you do for when you get your
Regular
renewal
passport.
stamp, the extension, the
Yeah.
30-day visa extension. You pay the 1,900 baht, and then they take your
There's no
picture,
passport.
and they
Yeah.
took extra pictures for us. Thank God.
Yes,
And I
yes.
saved those and brought us with us. But if we didn't have that, then we'd have to find a place to get our pictures taken that are the right size, with the white background, with the right lighting, full straight on, blah blah blah. You know, there's just all these
There's a lot of
requirements.
things.
Yeah,
And if you wrinkle those pages,
and they won't accept them.
God forbid they get wrinkled when it's 100% humidity outside while
Yeah.
you're sweating.
Yeah,
But if you get them messed up in any way, they won't take them.
yeah.
So I came up with the brilliant idea because of a good friend of mine. It's on YouTube, Dr. Mark, for those of you that haven't watched him. He recommended just flying in all the time and skipping all that. But he wasn't sure if it was going to work, but it turned out that it worked.
So anyways, we
just
did some
fly
research
in.
when we got home, and we
Yes.
realized, like, by the time you spend all the money doing all the days in the hotels, which actually it's more expensive in Malaysia than it is in Thailand, which
Yes.
again is like, why?
Yeah.
Thailand is so much better. I'm sorry.
It's
but
just super nice.
it is, and the people are nicer. And even though people in Malaysia actually speak English, they're just not as friendly. You don't get that Thai smile, you know, like
No ties up,
Thailand,
no.
you know, everyone's just so nice and agreeable. Malaysia, not so much. Even if you're Thai in Malaysia, it seems like maybe the local attitude just kind of takes over. So I don't know, but
Yeah.
we
Very
were-
serious
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And for those of you coming to the land of smiles, if you want to keep that vibe going,
Yeah.
just fly there quickly, fly back, or like
Yeah.
she said, you could rough it on a bus there, but then fly back quickly.
Just fly back, because if
Just
you
fly
fly
back.
back, they just automatically give you that 30-day visa stamp again.
Boom.
You don't have to pay anything.
That's
Of course,
great.
flying, it might seem like a bigger cost up front, But now that we looked at it and the whole trip, and also, I mean, the experiences, you can't take those are priceless, right?
You need the
But
experience. If
honestly-
you want to go through all of our experiences,
Yeah.
don't watch the video.
Don't finish the video.
Yeah.
Just go to Penang.
Yeah.
Go through Hat Yai. Stay the night if you want. You
Yeah.
know.
At
Maybe
your
stay
own
2.
risk. At your own risk.
Then take a bus.
Yeah. Then the bus,
and the
and
ferry.
then just fly back quickly.
bus.
Or yeah, I mean, we still ended up flying back. Luckily, we found a very cheap flight to Phuket,
So we ended up going to Phuket,
Yeah.
which was a total surprise.
which was my idea.
Yeah.
And
Ooh, it was
we would
his
have been
idea.
in big trouble that
And then
day,
we got to
stuck
take
in
a
Penang.
bus from Phuket to Koh Samui
Oh yes.
to save that money, honey.
Save that money.
Oh yeah. So 13 hours later,
Mhm.
we're home.
That was a nightmare coming home just from the other side of the island. But this video is about visas.
Oh right.
Stay on the visa train. And
Oh, you're telling me, please. Oh.
when you want to get a visa, you want to get a visa restamp from the other visa you had. And again, it doesn't matter if you got the 30, 60, or the 90. If you
Right.
want to get that restamp to start the process all over so you can stay here longer, you have to fly back.
Just fly back. Just a one-way ticket.
It doesn't
Now
matter how you get there,
Doesn't
but
matter.
fly back
Mhm.
either into Phuket. We only spent $40 a person from Penang. And if it wasn't for that small maneuver, we probably would have been trapped in Penang.
All right, guys. It's been great talking to you. I hope this is really informative and helpful for you. Just remember what we told you, the secret to getting back into the country at a re-entry visa. If it's a 30-day tourist visa, 60, 90
60
days,
and 90.
6 months, a
And
year.
6 months.
Yeah.
Yes, the year
Any of
won't
those.
forget about that.
Yeah, who cares? Whatever you're doing, those short-term visas, and you want to get back in, just fly back in. Just, it's a shortcut. Yeah. Faster, probably save you money, save you a lot of baht. Get that 30 days and stay. We'll see you next time.
Bye!
All right.